The first thing I'd like to say is that buyers do not like to buy businesses that cannot operate without their owners. So I often advise my clients, so the first thing they need to do is fire themselves. I know that sounds rude, but really what I'm saying is you need to make sure that you have a layer of management and key employees that operate the business and not you. The more the business relies upon you, the less valuable your business. Number two, I want to make sure that my clients are investing heavily into systems and procedures, eliminating redundant tasks and so forth to improve the efficiencies of the company, etc. And let's say that you've done that. You are an entrepreneur that's running your business, and let's say you're running it remotely and you get a amazing price. You and the buyer agree to a very good purchase price, and the terms are you get 50% cash, 25% in a future earnout, and 25% on an installment note. So that you are financing. So let's say that you are off to the next chapter in your life. 6 months in, you get a call from the buyer that says, look, of the 6 key employees, 3 have quit, and they were responsible for 50% of the revenues. And oh, by the way, we cannot afford to pay you your installment payments, and good luck getting that earnout because our revenues have just dropped by 50%. And all of a sudden you're panicking, calling your lawyer. This is disrupting your retirement plans, and maybe you literally have to step back into the business and take it over. Let me assure you, that's not what you want. So one thing you need to do is lock down your employees, okay, your key employees. And what most business owners do is they kind of create these employment contracts, and that's not what I'm talking about. You certainly need employment contracts. What I'm referring to is locking your employee down, key employee down before the sale occurs so the company is performing, during the sale so your company continues to perform, and after the sale, at least during the earnout period, etc., so your company's performance can sustain. And how you do that, there's various methods. You can create golden handcuffs and deferred compensation, or a sinking fund of sort where you are putting money in on an annual basis, as well as you can take a portion of your sales proceeds and deposit it in the sinking fund. What we need is performance standards, milestones tied to these cash amounts that are being deposited. We need the employees to have a vesting schedule related to these. We need this to be really real, where the employees are getting statements on these funds so they begin to feel like these are their funds. However, we don't want to just give the promise of tomorrow where, oh, by the way, stick around and 3 years later I'll give you this big lump sum. You want to make sure that you're giving them cash compensation and essentially payments along the way as well, so you keep them motivated. Now, remember, buyers are buying future cash flows, okay? The more stable your business and its cash flows, the higher your valuation typically. So let me leave it with a parting thought. If your biggest asset are your employees and they go home tonight and they refuse to come back tomorrow, how does that impact your purchase price? And what if it happens after you've already sold the business during the earnout period and while you're receiving installments? Rare Brain Capital helps companies improve performance and sell for maximum value. How ready is your company to grow or to sell? Want to know how you're doing? Get your free score plus customized report in just a few minutes at no cost or obligation. Visit rarebrain.com/score.